Welcome back to Mind Quick. Prepare yourself to dive into the world of enjoyment in Choose One Button Mom or Dad edition. Before we start, be sure to subscribe for more fun quizzes. Let's go. Would you buy this house for mom or dad? A luxury penthouse. Would travel here with mom or dad? Paris. Who would make this breakfast for you? Pancakes. Who would give you this pet? A puppy. Do you want to play this sport with mom or dad? Badminton. Choose your gift. Do you want to buy this car for mom or dad? Ferrari. Would you study this with mom or dad? Study math. Will you give this candy to mom or dad? The world's hottest gummy bear. Would you play this video game with mom or dad? Roblox. Choose your challenge. If you choose mom, hug mom and say I love you so much. If you choose dad, hug dad and say I love you so much. Will you cook this for mom or dad? Burnt chicken. Do you want to bake these cookies with mom or dad? Chocolate chip cookies. Do you want to give this to mom or dad? $100,000. Do you want to give this gift to your mom or your dad? Would you go to this theme park with mom or dad? Disneyland. Would you buy this phone for mom or dad? iPhone 15 Pro Max. Would you eat a meal here with mom or dad? KFC. Would you give this dessert to mom or dad? Rainbow ice cream. Do you want to drink this milkshake with mom or dad? Grimace shake. Will you buy this shoes for mom or dad? High heels. Do you want to spend a night here with mom or dad? Abandoned hotel. Would you buy this snack for mom or dad? Tacos Fuego hot chili pepper. Do you want to give this gift to mom or dad? A flower bouquet. Would you make this cake for mom or dad? Elsa cake. Will you give this motorbike to mom or dad? Old broken motorbike. Do you want to drive this on the sea with mom or dad? Drive a jet ski. Would you buy this ring for mom or dad? Diamond ring. Would you give this bed to mom or dad? Lonely bed. Do you want to give this watch to your mom or dad? Rolex watch. Would you eat this fruit with mom or dad? Strawberry. Do you want to eat this food with mom or dad? Sandwich. Would you give these clothes to mom or dad? Halloween clothes. Would you buy this laptop for mom or dad? Broken laptop. Do you want to buy this glasses for mom or dad? Gucci glasses. Would you do this on winter day with mom or dad? Building snowman. Would you have this gold thing for mom or dad? Gold toilet. Would you go to this place for lunch with mom or dad? McDonald's. Do you want to give this bag to mom or dad? Chanel bag. Would you want to swim here with mom or dad? Slime pool. Would you read this book with mom or dad? Harry Potter. Would you ride this bicycle with mom or dad? Hello Kitty bicycle. Would you like to eat this cake with mom or dad? Hot dog. Do you want this person to meet your mom or dad? Mr. Beast. Do you want to drink this with mom or dad? Hot chocolate. Would you give this gift to mom or dad? PS5. Do you want to live here with mom or dad? A castle. Would you make this cake for mom or dad? Cupcakes. Would you buy this coffee for mom or dad? Starbucks. Would you spend a month here with mom or dad? Desert Island. Thank you for participating in today's challenge. If you like this video, remember to press the subscribe button and turn on notifications. See you again in the next video. Goodbye.